Hi everybody, this is Lily again here. So today I am recording this video because I want to talk about something that's a lot more simpler. I want to start a process where we can together as Earthlings um, help to heal our minds because um, on the Earth timeline, um, we are on it right now. We figured that out, so we gotta get to sort of uh, a personal level of what does it mean on a personal level to be on this planetary timeline. What is planetary timeline? What is it right now, especially since we've been through a few loops of the matrix and now we're back on the regular bioregenesis program, which is that Earth timeline. So, and how do we heal this matrix that we've been in it? Because like it or not, we've been in the matrix and we can't just take it out of our experience and throw it away. We can't. We have to heal that and bring all of that back into internal creation source because it is experience as well. So this is why I'm going to go into um, more of a simple understanding of what what does it mean to be on a planetary timeline? What does it really mean? What is happening? How are we in it? What's the process of it? And where are we going with this planetary timeline? So where is it taking us? So this is, you guys seen this, but what I'm going to bring attention here is when internal creation externalizes itself, it fragments. So we have, let's say, a first flame of creation here that breaks into three flames, okay, right here. And then it keeps externalizing and fragmenting all the way into souls and physical incarnation. So we're actually taking one and breaking it down, breaking it down, breaking it down until it's this one is many things here. Then once we got to the point where we can't fragment anymore, we enter into a rehab or a bioregenesis program so we can now return back to source, meaning heal the fragmentation that's happening in this case with light creation as an external breath, heal all that fragmentation and bring it back into oneness with source. But all this takes millions and millions of years. We enter here and there is a timeline that you go through a process which is that biogenesis process of or a healing process. Okay, so like in here you go and you get to a personal level where somebody is a person, a physical incarnation, a body that has a soul, and then so the healing is also going backwards, so you actually heal and bring into oneness everything back in steps, so it becomes kind of like a layers through what you heal and become in oneness. So first you heal personal self from fragmentation into oneness, which is internal creation. Because what's here, why there is both frequency available, so you can have that healing process, which is internal externalizing and then external internalizing, internal externalizing, external internalizing, so path back. So but it happens in the small scale, so it's layers and layers and layers and layers until you pretty much bringing all of this fragmentation into oneness. But it takes layers. Okay, and this is what I want to go into it, and I'm going to start with a personal layer. Okay, so now what happened somewhere in here, we had a matrix inserted, and all that experience had happened, and we've been in the loop of time and all of that stuff. And I said before, um, uh, we will have to heal it. So we can't just take any of this experience, any of the experience, and throw it away. We have to bring it all in because it is part of us. Okay? So here we are on Earth right now, and right now, let's say, this was, all the crap with matrix inserted and everything, and then here we are, and we activated a planetary timeline, which is that pure healing process of souls. So we're here right now. We enter into this time where we are on a planetary timeline. All right. A lot of people don't understand that yet because there's, Earthlings, 15% are sort of understand, feel it. They might not have a full mental understanding of what is going on, but they're already on that timeline and they're already doing the first step of healing is healing your own fragmentation. Okay? So, I'm gonna show this. I used this before in my videos. Let's see, we can see this. Okay. So this is our body. Okay? It is fragmented. All right? But what I'm going to do, I'm not going to go into too many details about this fragmentation, and I'm going to break it in through three main bodies. Okay? There's more fragmentation to it, but where we are right now, and a lot of us right now, and we kind of have to heal our mental level right now because we are, this is what we are doing, talking about it and all of, and sharing the experiences of healing our mental bodies. So what happens here, I showed this before. We have three bodies: emotional, physical, and mental. And just like with the planetary body, we have same type of ratio. And those that seen my interview with One Network will remember this, the ratios. It's not so much about ratios as it is a help to understand, to heal your mental body. It's just like a planetary body. Physical and emotional body of the planet has a lot more organic or internal frequency, so it can, and then our astral level, on the planetary level, it has, the pineal gland is the moon, so the planet has a same sort of, mental body, emotional and physical body as well. And so that's the planetary fragmentation as well. But our pineal gland right here is in a mental body. And so what is going on with the astral levels having only 3.3% of organic frequency? The rest of it means is the matrix system. It is cancer. This is where on the this is where we have the most cancerous cells within ourselves, because we as the body have to heal ourselves first, and we have a cancerous cells within our body. Mostly those are cancerous cells that are concentrated in our mental body, because just on our level we are here, and so this is again will have the most cancerous cells in it, our mental body, and then our physical and emotional body are more connected to the organic frequency. So this is also the same thing, and I've showed this before, but it's kind of shows you here how I come up with this graph that I made. Okay, hopefully that's clear and you guys can see, but that's my art here. Anyway, so this is a physical level, so I'm going to talk about physical level first. Okay, what we have is a physical level, emotional level, and a mental level. So just like, I don't know if you guys remember, but when I showed in this previous video how this is a symbol of external, sort of a healing, this is a planetary timeline sort of a mission. So it's external internalizing. So this process of dance sort of, and this is where your infinity comes to, where you you sort of internalizing and then externalizing. And so you take internal frequency and you internalizing, healing it, and then it kind of this dance of, healing and healing and healing and healing, and all fragmentation, layer by layer by layer by layer, going backwards, you healing it all. So there's there's the process on the personal level of healing, and then of course we're going to move on collective planetary level, and then it's going to move into solar system healing. But we start this right now because we are in the beginning again, even though the matrix system was inserted somewhere, in the middle. But we are in the beginning stages of healing the matrix. And the matrix is, the problem with the matrix is because the astral levels, our mental bodies, are connected. It's a machine. It's an organic machine, basically. So what happens? You have mostly inorganic mental body, then emotional and physical body. So your physical body is at the center. So you got to bring all this in. You got to heal it. The personal, your personal blueprint has to be healed from fragmentation, from separation. Okay? This is what I mean when I talk about becoming one with the planet. Because the next level is the planetary level. So we do this bringing into one as our physical body, and then that physical body becomes one with the planet, and then we move to a more to a next level of healing. So this is what we are going through right now, most of us. That people that hear this, and you understand what I'm saying, it's not because I have triggered your mental body. It is because you have triggered your own, my words just triggered your own organic frequency, or the earth energy, as I call it, to heal your mental body. Okay? And what has happened with our mental body? It is a machine. So what you can think of is like a computer. And you have a pineal gland, that's your chip. Okay, a computer chip. But your computer, your mental body, and let's be old-fashioned. I'm going to be old-fashioned in my metaphor. And I'm going to say that your computer, because even if, right now is still, your computer has to have a power source. Okay? Without power source, it won't be working. So the power source is that organic frequency. So it plugs in. So basically, your mental body cannot exist with you functioning and be alive as a physical body, because it's plugged in into your own organic frequency. Okay? So this computer, your own mind computer, is plugged in into your own source, into your own connection to the earth, into your own earth energy that is within you. So you're powering your own personal matrix. It is you who powers that. Okay? So you are powering your own personal matrix. You also have the power to heal it, unplug it, and whatever you need to do to bring that into oneness, into your whole body intelligence, meaning that it is healed and brought into a step back, meaning the fragmentation of this is going slowly back into oneness as one body. So you become mind and feeling, and your physical body becomes one as your whole, what I call a whole body intelligence. This is a healing process of your own self. But how this process happens, and this is why I do have a big problem, because I can't explain this to people that don't understand this, that don't understand who powers their matrix system, their own personal matrix system. When they are plugged in to a bigger computer, which is the planetary, this thing, you know, and they're plugged in into astral levels, okay? So what happens is that astral levels as the whole have to feed also on a planetary level. So because that's what feeds this matrix. But what happens is, it's like when people are fully active in the matrix and they're not going through a healing process, but they've decided, they've chose to stay in the matrix, meaning in astral timelines, what happens is they are disconnected from this energy as part of them. All they're using their own body and their energy as a battery source, as a power source. So what happens is they are plugged in into astral levels. So what happens when you yourself start healing? What that means is actually you tapping in to your own frequency, earth energy, as I call it, into your own earth energy that is within your physical body, and you, instead of being powering your your system from it, what you do is you're existing from within that power that powers the your own matrix system. And then you understand that this needs to be healed in order for it to bring into oneness, because you cannot have oneness by chopping something off. This is why I say you can't get rid of your mental body. You have to heal it, but you gotta heal it from within yourself. And this is part where it's so difficult for me to explain, because it is not me that's helping you heal this. It is you that's healing yourself. I cannot invade your personal blueprint and heal you. It's just impossible, because you can only be healed through yourself. The program, the matrix program, is very invasive, so it will come in and it will try to overpower you. Because what is happening when you tap into your own earth energy within your body, what happens is you sending that electrical signal and you zapping those programs. Program's not going to like it. Your mental body's not going to like it, because it creates chaos in your mental body. This is why you can be the only most successful with this healing process, is when you understand that it is only you who can heal yourself. There's only you that is in control of it, because you are the source of this mass, of this cancer. So this has the most cancer. Yes, our emotional and physical body have cancerous cells in them as well. A lot of them, actually, 2/3 of them. But you are the most connected through your physical body to a planetary body, because literally this is how you connected. You are, your physical body is part of this planetary body, and then I'll go and explain all this stuff in here in the next level. But this is what I want to tell people. When people say, okay, I get it what you're saying, it is not because I am bringing a program into your mental body. What I do is what I relate a feeling through words. I relate a feeling to your physical body, and then you recognize that as an internal source creation, as a earth frequency, and that what happens is you yourself give a little shock to your mental body to kill probably, I don't want to kill mental body, to heal it, because it's a machine. But this machine can be healed and brought into organic frequency. The codes, mental body codes, can be healed and should be healed and will be healed when you go through this process. Okay? So this is why I say I can never help or do this for anyone else but me. I can never help people to become earthlings. I can only help myself. People that do this, they're only working from within their own selves. So they're working on themselves. It's uninvasive. This earth frequency, the internal source frequency, is uninvasive. I cannot invade your space and your blueprint and make you do something. I'm not a machine. It is strictly a free will choice, meaning you choosing that as a person, you choosing to heal your own self. So this is why I just, to all the people that say to me, you've helped me so much, and you helped me to understand this. It's just, you are a confirmation to me that I am going through this process as well. I am barely started to heal myself. I can barely see it myself. I can barely taste it myself, how it is. All I'm doing is sharing my experiences with others. This is not a teaching that I can teach, because I refuse to take my earth energy and twist it into mathematical program for a mental body to understand. Because what am I going to do then? What the process of that is actually taking healthy cell and turning into a cancerous cell to help cancer to heal. Can giving cancer cells more buddies to hang out with will heal the cancerous cell? I mean, why some people ask me to bring them another mental program of understanding this internal source creation of physics that is within you, that is you. Why would I do that? That's not what I'm doing here, and what I'm sharing with people. And it's not that I'm creating another mental program. It is your mental program that wants to understand through only cancerous cells. So it does want me to create a cancerous cells so you can attach or understand. So what happens with that, it is like, some people want me to take this, turn it into cancerous cell, like a program, so the other program can read it. Because people say, I don't understand you. Because it's your program that can't read the organic frequency. Because it's inorganic. So it cannot read, it cannot recognize what it is. It sees it as a threat, as something that is, because the program is here all about survival. It's got to survive. This is how it lives. Okay? So it's got to survive. And so a lot of times, and I just seen this, even on my wall on Facebook, I've seen people having a really violent reaction, violent mental reaction, not physical, mental reaction to this information. This is what I want to tell to those people. You gotta understand where that violent reaction is coming from. It's not your reaction to my program, because I'm not bringing a program to you. What happens is, it is your own internal source, because you do have this earth energy within you. You can deny it, but that doesn't mean you don't have it. You have it. As long as you have physical body, you have internal source creation connection. You have that frequency within your body. What you do with it, that's up to you. But you do have it. And so what happens is, when you have that sort of violent mental reaction to the information that I'm saying, you know, some mental programs will not recognize it. It sort of will not float through their screen at all. It's one ear in and out, and they don't understand, and they'll let it go, because it doesn't fit into this reality. And then some people, their own self, right here, that organic frequency will recognize, because it sees my information, it recognizes it. And so that your own self is actually zapping your own mental program. And this is what, and so what does your mental program do? It reacts violently, because it is something that doesn't fit in. Your mental program cannot read it. And so, but it's still, you know, coming from within you, because you are the one who's having that reaction. So you have it within you. I didn't bring that reaction upon you. I said a few simple words. It is you who reacted to my words. Do you see what I mean? When I say it is you, it is your reaction. It is your own body that sends you signals that are zapping your program, and your program goes, I gotta save myself. So what you do is you attacked me for my words, because you can only, from this part, what you can do is you can start that intellectual battle, because that's where it is. It's here. And when I am here, I'm coming from here, and you're trying to attack me with your mental program. The thing is, if I go on your level, then I am coming out of my center, and I'm going into a program, and I'm going to try to program my internal source creation frequency into a mental program. That's what you want me to do. When you try to challenge me to an intellectual battle, I didn't trigger your reaction. I can only trigger my own reaction within me. And I'm telling you, you may not recognize this right now. But, and you might think that I'm joking, but seeing your reaction, this violent reaction to this information, it's actually a good sign, because you're not completely disconnected. Something within you is triggering you. So that earth energy is waking up from a coma, and it's zapping your programs. So this is actually good news. So that's why but I'm not going to do that war, intellectual war with you on this level. What I'm going to do is I'm going to support your earth energy within you. So what I'm going to say is, even though you may not see me, just like in that movie Avatar, and when Jake and when Etheri said, I see you. So I'm going to say that when you have that violent reaction, what I see is I see you in your physical body as Avatar. I see you. So I'm going to support that part of you that triggers a violent reaction from your mental body. I'm going to support you as Avatar. And I'm going to see you as who you truly are. And the thing that you're going to have to deal with is your own reaction. But I'm not going to support your mental reaction. I'm going to support the part of you that is creating that mental reaction. So I don't know if some of these people will see this, but if you do, I see you as part of the planet, who you are. You are an internal source creation. You are equal to me, and I'm going to support that part of you that is life source within you. So that's for that. I kind of needed to say that because I've been challenged lately to go into this battle, and I could go into that, but I won't. So now we are, once we go through this process, and so all of this is coming into one, and it's going to be in your physical body. So this is where your physical, this is what I talk about, the whole body intelligence, when all of this is part of your physical body, and it's all in there. So your animal instinct is your intuition, all of that stuff. That's your emotional sort of mind. Okay, so it's all going to come into the physical body, and then you're going to be embodying all of this within your one physical body. Next thing is, and what you're connecting is the planet. So you're connecting because the path back is got, so we're going sort of backwards in here. So we're bringing into oneness within the person, then the person is going to bring into oneness with the planet. So now this is a whole process of the planetary level that we gonna have to work on. And we see some of the things in here. We kind of can have a clue now what it is, this more about the next level. Okay, so how is that going to look like? So this is our future. We are going through the stages, so this is our future. So we're going to get to the point where there's a physical level of the body, emotional level of the of the planet, emotional body of the planet, and the mental body of the planet. And like I said, the mental body of the planet is the astral levels. Okay, and then emotional body and physical body, and so same ratios with organic inorganic frequency. Okay, so but this is collective level. Okay, so here we're talking about, when we're talking about collective level on the planet as a planet. Okay, so this is a planet, so mental level is her whole astral levels, this one, all of them, all 7 levels. This is a mental body of this planet. Okay, this is represented on a physical level of the body of the planet as this. So this is what I'm gonna point out here. So The mental level equals an astral level. That means it is a human collective. If you guys remember, I went back, I went into it a little bit in my first interview with One Network, where I said that the human collective represents the same kind of thing. We have 3% of organic earthlings, meaning earthlings. So humanity represents this level on the physical level. So humanity had 97% of inorganic or frequency, meaning cancerous. Okay. Then we had sort of, the 10% from that healed. So now what we have is our mental body, our astral levels are healed. 10% of them are healed. Okay, so our mental body is healed. 10% collective, and so the rest is still cancerous, so we got to heal that. The emotional body of the planet is represented on the planet as the animal kingdom. Okay, so because they are more closer to the physical body of the planet, they are more connected, they're not so mental. And then of course we have the physical level, which is the external. We are healing the external, and then internal, the core of the planet, and all that's internal creation. So that's again that infinity is the dance of internal external. So the healing happens as it goes internal external, internal external. Okay, but don't be mistaken that with with what they made that into number 8, so meaning 2 cycles, 2 matrix cycles becoming, going from one cycle into another, to a 0 point in another cycle, because that was originally that dance, because we remember how I always say that Earth's timeline has light creation. 2/3 of it is light creation, and 1/3 of it is internal creation. And so what happens is, this dance, internal, externalizing, internal, externalizing. So what I'm talking about is because we are healing the external existence, the light existence right here. That's what we're healing, right? So that's why I am talking about this level, but only external. So heals and then internalizes, then comes back, and breath is just like breath in and out. There's so many levels of that breath in and out. Like in here, this is a very big breath out, and then breath in, and then we have all these levels. It's kind of how it just goes, healing fragmentation. So anyway, emotional would be animals, and physical would be plants and all of that stuff. And all those 3 levels have some some cancerous cells within it. Animals have cancerous animals within it. They are not in balance, in harmony with the internal source creation of the planet. So it's physical. And of course, humanity is represented by a mental. So humanity is the biggest cancer on this planet. And so now what we have to do is become one with the planet. So this is when I talk about oneness with the planet. This is on a personal level, but in here it is with the oneness with the physical level of the planet. So what we got to do with heal humanity as a collective, on a collective level, heal the matrix system. Okay, our matrix created, because we are now healing the matrix. An emotional body with the animals, they sort of will do it themselves. We just have to become connected to the animals, and then plants and all the trees and all of the stuff that are. And people might say, well, where do you see cancer with with the plants and stuff like that? Well, it is mostly organic, but one example, there's a plant, orchid. You know that beautiful flower, orchid? Well, when you really learn about it, you'll understand that it is parasitic of something else. So it feeds on other plants, so it can only survive off of tree. So there's your little example. With animals, um, there's very violent animals that eat other animals. They're programmed too through their mind. I mean, they're programmed to be violent, all right? And so, but you'll see that healing at the same time, we'll see that on a collective level, like animals, changing. And, they go through their own process. And then just like here, you healing your mental body with the certain things, then your emotional body is healing itself sort of separately. And then your physical body has its own way of healing, and it has its own sort of cancer to heal. And then when you heal all of that, then you integrate all of that. And so once this is done, this is done, and this is done, and so it also happen at the same time. So that's why we can perceive what is happening on the collective level, because it is happening, on the animal kingdom. It is going to happen on the physical level, but this is this is the toughest one, because it's a human beings collective, and we have a lot of cancer to heal. And I know it sounds like it's we can just it looks kind of like, oh, it's so much cancer right now here, because we just barely begun doing this for ourselves, but yet we recognize the next level of healing, and you kind of think, oh, how are we going to heal all that? All that, child abuse, all the blood rituals, the killing rituals, the wars, it's all in our collective as a humanity. How are we going to heal it? It just looks too big. It's too scary, and I don't know. We don't know. It's like better to just cut it off and not deal with it, but we can't. Just like on a personal level, we can't just get rid of our mind and not heal it. And when we start to heal, we have this really powerful feeling. And you do have that confidence. Because when you tap into your own source frequency, that it's unlimited, then you go, oh, of course I can heal my mind. No matter how messed up it is, I will heal it. We get to the point here where we together will realize that it's not just us here, not just humans that'll be healing. We're going to be start working together with the animals and the planet, and we're going to do that dance of internalizing, externalizing, until we do heal this. And the planet wants to heal her mental body, like it or not, but she wants to heal her astral levels. So this is like in here, on your mental level, you have all these belief systems and all this multiple chips in your sort of, that are different programs into your mental body. Here, this is where we have all these different levels and different beings, green Dracos, red Dracos, this type of Dracos, and this being archangels, and all of that stuff. They're just different mental programs. But they used to be connected to source. Now they're disconnected, so they're like machine. That's why they're mental programs. So, but we can reconnect them to source, heal all of that inorganic frequency, and bring their racial codes as a race into physical level of the meaning into internal creation. And so this is how the healing works. This is the process of planetary timeline, the Earth timeline healing process. And so this is going to take some time. Then we're going to do this. And we're going to get to the point, and that our whole healing of the planetary level is going to come to the point where we gonna be in tune with the physical level, become one with the physical level of the whole planet. And a part of our planetary body, part of being planetary body, will understand that the animals, us and animals and plants, are all part of one whole body that is this planet. So when we do that, we kind of will heal all of the nastiness. We will heal our language. We will be in tune and will be able to communicate with animals through that connecting source that is source frequency, internal source frequency. So we'll be able to connect with animals and not talk to them, but feel them and know them from within. We will recognize their energy as us and we are them. This is the equality. And so this is when we're going to heal the language too. We're still going to use it, but we're going to heal it to the point. And this is because language is a matrix system. It is, but we can heal it. What means how that might be, and we see this already. People bringing this out, like with the language, it's being brought up into collective level for healing. Like there's a lot of people talking about how language is spelling and how it's used by the system to control you. But once we bring that out and we say, okay, we are healing the language, meaning we gonna say what we mean and mean what we say, and those words that we're gonna use are not gonna have a double meaning, but will have one singular meaning. And then we all as a collective will agree what language is and what's the meaning of the words are. This is sort of like looking into a future, saying that, we'll get to the point where with just one layer of that mental that is language that controls us right now, and how it is healed is when we control it. When we as a humanity decide what words mean, and we are not tricked into being that language being used against us to control us. And we're gonna all know that, let's say, word understand means that you don't stand under anything, you just get it. Your mind is flowing in harmony with your inner self. So that's just a little kind of like a little future a view on how is it possible. And there's many layers that we'll have to work on to heal this as a collective. But we all going to do it just like, we have 15% right now that are going through this. And once we become part of that collective as together, and it's not in a way that over the 15% are better than 85%. It's not better. It's just, when you're healing cancer, you don't count what cell got healed first. Oh, it's a better cell. No, it's just when we heal ourselves here, we become part of the planet. And so this is then within the planet, we want to heal our own selves, because we are the planet and planet is us. I always say that I am the planet and planet is me. So when I'm working here on collective, I am one with the planet. I am the planet that is healing her own self. So this is why I talk about this. It's not that I want to put somebody down and and say, oh, we're better than this or that. It is not. We're all equal. If anything, this has been hard. And those that understand that we had no guidance on how to heal ourselves. We had to figure it out our own selves through all kinds of, mishaps, and it was a bumpy road. And it is still very bumpy. I don't know, I don't want to speak for everybody, but for me it is still a bumpy road. It is still hard to do this on a personal level. But yet, without doing this on a personal level, I cannot become a fully healthy cell that is part of this planet. So I need to do this first before we can do this on a collective level. But yet, there is a reason for us to do this, so we can then in turn help planet to heal herself. Here, planet, through us, helping us, and then we'll turn around and do this with the planet as one. And then we'll become whole. So all this separation will be healed and brought back into oneness. And we're going to be as a planet, and this planet will include humanity, animals, and all life on the planet as one planet. And then we, the planet, after it heals itself, will move into a solar system layer of healing. Again, physical, emotional, and mental level of the solar system. But I think going into that, it would be there's just no point to do that right now. So because we are right here right now and sort of, you know, going in, and what we can see right now how this also connected, because once we do the healing of ourselves, then we can sort of externalize that and see it on more from a planetary perspective, how to heal a whole planet. And it's not because we are special. If anything, it's the hardest job there is. Because to do that on a personal level, and those that are doing it, you'll probably agree with me, it's so freaking hard. Because you get bombarded so much with this mental crap, to the all kinds of waves that you know. Just the other day I was just like sitting on the couch, and all of a sudden I see this, I feel these thoughts coming into my head. I'm like, where the hell are you coming from? They were like nasty. And I started laughing. I'm like, really? You're gonna try this, you know, just thoughts, that just negative thoughts, and it's like, okay. uh, yeah, thank you, but no. I'm not gonna let that, you know, in, because I know a lot of people talk about how nine, that number nine is the matrix number. What does it mean? It's a circle. It's your mental body, your head. You circle in your head, but that nine is connected to your body. So you using that as a source of your you know, feeding your mental body. You're feeding it through your own physical body. And so the thing is, when your physical body is going the other way and it's actually sending signals into your mental body to heal it, your program in your head's gonna try to sort of do the other way around and send you. And so what they do is that they, you know, that program, the astral levels, you know, because you connected when you're, you know, your little computer in your head is connected to the much bigger computer that's astral levels, okay? And so they send the signals and thought forms and all of that stuff to push back. And so when that happens, what it's going to do is you're going to receive on a personal level, when your mental body is fighting your healing process, you're going to receive those outside thoughts that actually want to make you feel bad, because it wants to affect your emotional body. So it pushes back and sort of tries to take over your emotional body. So when you feel that, you kind of just know what it is. And by understanding what it is, and like what I did, I said, okay, I understand that you are trying to survive, but you will survive by healing yourself. So I said, okay, if that's the thoughts that you are sending me right now, because I started just literally just can recognize that there's thoughts that are coming from outside of me. And I said, okay, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna heal you. And I'm gonna love these thoughts because they're just trying to survive. The machine is trying to survive. So that's um, that's not easy to do. It's hard. And I don't want to speak for everybody, but I want to share it that it's not easy for me because I am no better than anybody. I am barely figuring this out and understanding how this process works. And I'm trying to implement it. I'm trying to work it with my own earth energy within me. I am not even close to being fully healed, bringing all in this into oneness. But I've tasted it. I've tasted that. And that's all I can share with you, that I've tasted the power of earth energy within me. I've experienced it. And just like God's saying, you have to experience this. It can never be taught through a mental program. It's got to be experienced. And every one of us, for as long as we have that physical body, we have that earth energy within that physical body. You got it. You have it. It's there. You gotta trust it. You gotta learn to recognize yourself as that powerful being connected to Source. You have to recognize that. That is your power. It's like Jake recognized it in Avatar. That that avatar body is exactly what he wants. Because that was it. He was dying. He was part of the machine. His soul was all broken. When you look at his human body, that is, they presented his human body. And then, what did he recognize? That that's where the life is. In that body, in your avatar. This body that you have, it is your avatar. You just have to recognize that. That you can live through this, that you can become alive through your body. But you have to heal it. You gotta integrate your human body just like Jake did on the end of the movie. Integrate it into his avatar body. Okay? So I guess I'm going to finish talking because again, it's almost an hour, but I wanted to talk about this healing process and what we're going through. And I just wanted, within it, I also wanted to kind of give an answer why I'm not going to go into mental battles with anybody. It's just no point. I don't see any point to it. And but the other thing is, I'm probably going to do another video. Like I said, I'm going to do another video on, trying to, it's going to be this level already, but trying to read some of these programs, the astral programs that's coming, the controlling programs, and see it from what it is. And like God was saying, once you are kind of within yourself, you are jumped to the top of the tree and you can see the forest now. So from that perspective, from centering of yourself, from your own center, what you can do is you can view this level, the collective level, and so the astral transmissions that are coming in. And so there is this article about Assyrians in the light body in all of that stuff. It's just got so much of a simple programming behind it. So what I'm going to do in part 2 is actually I'm going to go into that article and I'm going to sort of decode it the way I read that collective mental program that's being broadcast to humans here. So if if you like to hear my perspective on that, then I guess it's going to be part 2, in part 2 a little bit later on tonight. But I just want to thank everybody before I go on. Um, and finish this, I want to thank everyone that sees me, because I see you. On my Facebook page, I see so many of you. I recognize you as me because we are one. So I'm gonna get emotional right now. I just want to say that I see you. I recognize you as me. And so you being there, it's only my confirmation that I am part of this planet, because I recognize that energy within you. So thank you all for recognizing me, because that's all you did. You recognize me as you, and I recognize you as me. So I guess the part 2 is coming. So I'll talk to you later.